So, how was Trump's week? We hear the media tell it. If we hear the media tell it, it was all about this.
For reasons Trump scholars could not figure out today, the insult spelling of little has changed in the Trump language.
Trump also escalated his war of words with GOP Senator Bob Corker today by ridiculing his height.
This is what the source said to me, a quote, "They knew he was pissed that people found out Tillerson called him a moron."
I don't want to skew the results, but the president might want to warm up with a closed-door White House staff-only spelling bee before he enters the world of pay-per-view competitive IQ tests.
It sounds like near-edge impeachment territory.
Sounds like a bad week. They're talking about words. If that's all you listen to, maybe it's a bad week. And for a lot of people, that's all they listen to. Which may explain why Chief of Staff John Kelly showed up at the White House briefing and said things like this.
I'm not quitting today. I don't think I'm being fired today. I don't think I'll fire anyone tomorrow. I'd say, maybe develop some better sources.
Ooh, that was a burn. So while some are caught up in palace intrigue, there's real stuff getting done. Did you know that unemployment claims fell to their lowest level in 43 years? Applaud. That means more jobs are available and people are working again. Unless you're an Antifa, then you're just pooping in a bag. I can see you. You're doing it right now. Stop pooping in that bag. Also, did you see the New York Times piece about the 1,000 ISIS members in Iraq surrendering in droves? That's great news. And you know why it's happening now? Because we got a leader that promised to bomb the out of them. And then he did. He did. That's called a promise fulfilled in blood. And then the president went back to health care to fulfill a promise he made to the American people. Sounds like the start of a movie trailer.
In a world of broken promises.
If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan.
And even more broken promises.
If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor.
When a nation was told it was a big effing deal. One man enters to heal the damage.
It has been a nightmare.
This Christmas, lower price, higher quality, health care options.
So many options.
A man on a unicorn eating a cheesesteak while hailing a cab during Rush Hour Films presents Donald Trump, Rand Paul, and Kirk Cameron as Mike. Executive Action 9, Healthcare Unleashed.
So, all in all, it was a pretty good week. But how could you know when the media blows? Emily, what do you think? Do you think that this strategy, like where he has all these distractions, is actually helping him so he gets work done? Or is it just something that just the only thing the media can fixate on are his tweets and his words and the palace intrigue?
No, I think it cheats the American public, frankly. And I think it's a short-term investment in ad revenue. And it's in exchange, basically, for long-term investment in actual policy. And it kind of undermines, I think, the intelligence of the public being allowed to know what's going on, be allowed to participate in it. And I just want to acknowledge that we've made so many strides in Syria and Iraq because the president has empowered the military leaders with the boots on ground there. And under the Obama administration, he kept such a tight control on those decisions. Every decision was so politicized.
Right.
And it came from the top down, so it took forever. And that kind of rapid results, the fact that we're not knowing about it, we're not learning about it, again, I think it's cheating the American public.
It is. It's also amazing. I wonder if they can't show what's happening with ISIS because it's just ugly as hell. I mean, I don't think they're taking. The prisoners are giving up because we aren't taking prisoners. Imagine how that works. That's like, whoa. These were supposed to be martyrs. They were supposed to be martyrs. They're not martyrs anymore. Walter, do you think average people or just regular people give a damn about Trump's gaffes and they give him a pass because he's right on important stuff?
Listen, this is a guy who said on tape that he grabbed women by the genitals and he was still elected president. Nobody gives a damn about his misspellings, his insulting people for being short, and so on. The only people who care about that are these networks who have started a Trump melodrama, a soap opera. Mm-hmm. You know, the vulgar, insane Donald Trump, what will it take to get him impeached? And any news that doesn't fit that story gets excised. And the other reason that we get this stuff is because people get their news on their phones now. And the headlines are always, you won't believe what Trump said.
Yes.
Trump insults someone, da-da-da-da. Those all fit on an Apple iPhone screen and get you to click. You know, we're beating ISIS. That takes a longer time to get you interested.
Yeah. Tyrus, I will admit, though, that I'm guilty because I actually like the superficial fluff as well. I like the hearing these stories, even if they turn out not to be true. I like hearing about the feuds.
I don't. I don't. Because I'm a big proponent of in-house.
Yeah.
Keep your stuff in-house. Corker and Trump, that should have been handled behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. It makes me worry when teammates on the same side are supposed to work, and they can disagree. You and I have disagreed on stuff, but I didn't call you names, and you didn't, act like, oh, well, you begged me for a job. I mean, it became personal.
You would promptly apologize for being wrong.
You can quit. Watch it. You can quit. Disagreeing on policy should not be ending of friendships and feuds, because we see this stuff. Our kids see this stuff. Like, it's not good for the country to see that. Corker and him can disagree, but Corker telling him he needs to be in a daycare and him telling he begged him for a job we just don't need that. And then it just continues to give hours and hours of ridiculous debate for anybody who wants to hear. What would Don Lemon do if he didn't have all that stuff going on, or, what would they talk about?
He would make lemonade.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Kat, I kind of disagree with Tyrus, but I'm going to point that to you so he doesn't get mad at me. I disagree with Tyrus. I think he's dead wrong. I happen to enjoy these feuds because, meanwhile, all this other stuff is getting done, and nobody's paying attention. All of these... There are so many things that are happening that the media can't put...
Ask him a question.
I can't. I'm making a point.
You're saying I'm wrong about how I feel. That's insanity. Kat, do something.
It'll be my turn
Kat,
Sunday.
respond to why Tyrus is wrong.
Well, look, in terms of the media not reporting on this stuff, they really can't, because that would be them admitting that President Trump has actually done something good.
Right.
It's really hard to say that more jobs and less ISIS is a bad thing. But they could try. They could try. They could do the ISIS surrendering and just do the headline as President Trump making so many give up on their dreams. They could try that.
That was a pretty good joke, I have to say.
Thank you.
Future immigrants humiliated.
Yeah, exactly.